friends, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today I'm basically just going to be tier ranking all of the releases from this year. Now when I say all the releases, I don't mean all of them because that would be kind of impossible. Just the ones that I've taken notice of and actually heard and not even followed, but just the ones I've taken notice of. I've definitely forgotten a few as well that I have taken notice of, but I've just forgotten to put them in. So make sure to comment if you think of any. That's pretty much all I have to say. I don't want to ramble on too long because this video is probably already going to be kind of long. So yeah, first of all, I'm just going to quickly explain the tiers and then we shall get into it. Also, this is all just my opinion. You don't have to agree. You're completely entitled to disagree, and you can leave your opinions in the comments if you feel like it. So here we have our tiers. Our top tier is Next Level tier because Next Level was Song of the Year and everybody loves it, and you're lying if you say you don't. Our next tier is Bop, just means it's really good, really enjoyed it. Then we have Pros and Cons. Self-explanatory, means there's good and bad parts of it. Not Your Best means it's okay but definitely could do better. And then Try Again Next Year is pretty self-explanatory. Try again next year because you missed this year. So as you can see, we have a lot of comebacks to get through. This isn't even all of them, there's more below when I scroll down. So let's just start straight away. I'm not going to ramble anymore. They're in no particular order. The tier generator just shuffled them. So we're starting off with Purple Kisses Hide and Seek. Why do I keep picking up the wrong one? Hide and Seek album. So this is going straight in Bop because this was so good. The B-sides, I don't even need to explain it. It's just going in Bop. Then we have aespa's Savage album. This is going in Next Level tier. Even though the title track may not be their best, the B-sides were just literally some of the best songs this year. So that's going straight there. Next we have Return of the Girl by Everglow. This is going in Pros and Cons. Honestly, if you had asked me last week, I probably would have put it in Not Your Best, but it has grown on me a little bit and then we have We Play by Weekly. Honestly, I'm going to put this in Bop. I know it should be in Next Level tier because everyone is singing it, but I feel like everybody got so sick of it then. And the B-sides are pretty mediocre. I don't think they're that great. Next up, we have Rosé's solo debut. I'm going to put this in Bop, I think. I would put it in Pros and Cons, but the B-side was really good. I don't really have any complaints. So even though it was kind of boring, I still think it goes in Bop. Then we have One by Astro. Well, All Yours is the album. I'm going to put this in Pros and Cons because it kind of didn't age very well in my opinion, but it was really good when it first came out. I really, really enjoyed it and I did buy the album. Then we have Hula Hoop, straight in Next Level tier. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's literally so good. Definitely one of my favourite releases this year. Then we have Dum Dum by Somi, just the single, not the album that was released later. For this single, I'm going to put it in Pros and Cons because it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, basically. I really liked the concept and the music video it was okay. So that's going to go there. Then we have No Easy by Stray Kids. Honestly, I haven't really heard all of this. I've just heard maybe 2 B-sides and the title track. And I'm going to put it in Not Your Best because sometimes the title track is kind of good. Sometimes I listen to it when I'm running on the treadmill. But other than that, it's definitely not their best. They do have better title tracks. Then we have XOXO by Somi, the full album. And I'm kind of torn whether to put this in Next Level tier or Bop. Because it's it's really good. The B-sides are so good. I don't think there's any B-sides that I don't like. So I'm going to put it in Next Level tier because I really think Somi made a big impact this year. Then we have the Chaos chapter, Fight or Escape, straight in Next Level tier. This is so good. I'm putting the other one, Freeze, in this as well because all the songs are so good. Title tracks so good. B-sides so good. TXT killed it. Girl groups plus TXT and what's it? Enhypen? Is that how you say it? Yeah. TXT, Enhypen, and girl groups carried 2021. Then we have Tribe's debut. I'm going to put this in Bop I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good debut. It was really solid, and honestly, a lot of their other releases have been really solid as well. Next, we have Switch On by Astro. I'm gonna put this in Not Your Best. The title track was cute, but like, there wasn't much to it other than it being cute. Let's be honest, I listened to it maybe like 3 times and then never went back. Then we have Unnatural by WJSN. I'm going to put it in pros and cons. I feel like people are going to slander me for that because everybody loves it, but I just think it's pretty mediocre. It's not bad. It's okay. Yeah, I think that's where it should be. Then we have Summer Holiday by Dreamcatcher. This whole album is stunning. The B-sides are amazing. The title is amazing. I'm putting it in bop. Then we have Holiday by Weekly. Is it called Play Game? I don't actually know. I'm putting this in Not Your Best because it wasn't. I never listened to it. I think it was such a letdown after literally like the song of the year. Like everybody was singing after school. Then we have Ready to Love by 17. This is going to go in pros and cons, I think. I actually prefer this to their recent release, which I feel like is a very unpopular opinion. But yeah, that's going to go there. Then we have Next Level. That's obviously going in Next Level tier. I don't even need to explain that. Then we have Lightsum's debut, Vanilla. That's going in Try Again next year. It's so bad. I can't bear to listen to it. That might be an unpopular opinion. But yeah, I really don't enjoy it at all. Then we have Enhypen's mini album. Is it a mini album? I'm not actually sure. This is going in pros and cons because I actually do really enjoy the title, but I don't think it's as strong as their other ones, and the B-sides were kind of boring. Am I thinking of the wrong album? I don't know. We're going to leave it there anyway. Next we have I Am Me by Weki Meki. Why can't I say that in a normal way? But anyway, that's going in bop because Siesta is so good. I know it literally just came out recently, but you can't lie, it is such a good title song. Then we have You Can't Sit With Us by Somi, putting it in Try Again next year. That was such a big miss. I'm not even going to get into it. Then we have Dun Dun Dance by Oh My Girl. This is going into bop. It is so good. It is literally... Actually, should I put it in Next Level tier? No, I feel like I won't because some of the B-sides were kind of a letdown. But if I was just talking about the title, it would be in Next Level tier. Then we have Stacy's mini, and this is going in Next Level tier. ASAP was amazing. All of Stacy's title tracks are amazing, let's be real. And the B-sides are pretty cute as well. Then we have Call Me by Pixie. This was so unexpected for Pixie. I did not expect them to do like a cuter kind of concept. But I really enjoyed it. I thought they really killed it. So I'm putting that in bop as well. Next we have Don't Call Me by Shiny. And I feel like people are going to hate me for this. But I'm going to put it in pros and cons. Because although I did not like the title track at all, the B-sides definitely made up for it. Those B-sides were amazing. Then we have Don't Fight the Feeling by EXO. I'm putting this in pros and cons. Actually, no, I'm going to put it in bop purely because I love the title track. It's really catchy. Then we have Ping Pong by Hyuna and Dawn. I'm going to put this in Not Your Best. This is so controversial. I can hear the comments, but I wouldn't listen to it unless it was like, I don't know, in a setting with like friends and a party or something. I wouldn't listen to it myself. But I don't hate it. I would still bop to it in a party. So I'm putting this in Not Your Best. Next up, we have Alien by Suhyun. I think this was was this her debut? Because if it was, that was such a solid debut. So I'm going to put that in bop because I actually did listen to it a lot, to be fair. Next up, we have Uki from Idol's solo debut. And I am going to put this in bop. I think if I was just talking about Bonnie and Clyde, it would be in Next Level tier, but I didn't really enjoy Giant, so that's why it's there. Then we have Pixie's debut, Wings. This is going straight into bop as well. This was so good. You'll see why I put it in bop once we get to their most recent album, because I do think that is better, but yeah, solid bop. It's such a good debut. They honestly killed it. So next up we have Glassy by Miss Jo Yuri, and this is going in bop as well. Bop tier is getting a little bit full, but this was such a solid debut. I feel like she killed it. Her vocals are so cute. She's so cute. The styling was amazing. Such a solid debut. Then we have Spider by Hoshi. I'm putting this in pros and cons because I really enjoyed it when it came out. I think the dance is so cool, but it kind of didn't age well. Like, I don't really listen to it now. Then we have Atlantis by Shiny. Bop as well. So good. I'm sorry, I'm literally putting them all in bop, but they just are bops. So, enough said. Then we have Joy's mini album. I think this was so cute. Definitely in bop. Then we have Tribe's second... No, was it their first mini album or was it their second single? Or I don't even know. But anyway, I know the title track was Rub-a-Dum and I didn't really enjoy that. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as their debut or their recent release. So I'm going to put that in... I'm going to put it in Not Your Best because it wasn't their best. I literally just explained that. Then we have Stereotype, I can't speak, by Stacey, straight in next level tier. That, I don't even need to explain myself. I really don't. Then we have Not Friends by Loona's new subunit, and that's going straight in bop. That was such a good release. Then we have Fire Saturday by Secret Number, and this is going in Not Your Best because I'm so happy the girls are back, but Denise is on hiatus, and the title track just wasn't nearly as good as Got That Boom or even Who Dis, so that's why it is going there. Then we have Advice by Taemin. I know y'all are going to hate me, but I'm putting this in Not Your Best because compared to Taemin's other title tracks, it just does not compare. It really is not his best. I know it was like very significant because it was his last thing before enlisting in the military, but I'm just being honest here. I did enjoy the B-sides though. Okay, next up we have IVE's debut. I am going to put this in bop. I know a lot of people would probably want it in next level tier, but I'm just going to put it in bop for now because I really love it, but I don't know, there just feels like there's something missing. Maybe it's just my like whiz own heart telling me that I want Eyes One back. I'm just going to leave it there for now. I think that's a solid place to put it. Then we have an 80s release. This was, what was the title? It was Deja Vu. Yeah, I don't typically listen to 80s, but I really enjoyed this. So I'm going to put that in bop as well because it actually did age well. Like, I do still listen to it. Next we have Chungha's album. This is going in pros and cons because I listen to some of the B-sides all the time, like Flying on Faith and Dream of You, but I hate the title track. The title track is Bicycle, isn't it? I think it is, and I hate that. I can't stand it. I don't know why. It just bothers me. Okay, next up we have Twice's Taste of Love album. I'm going to put this in pros and cons because I did like Alcohol Free, but I thought the B-sides were kind of weak. And still, Alcohol Free definitely isn't as strong as some of their other titles. So next up, we have Lilac by IU, and I'm putting this in bop because it's just so cute. Like, I feel like everyone was singing it there for a while. And I do still listen to it sometimes. Next, we have Last Dance by Idol, and I'm putting this in Not Your Best because that whole period was just not fun for Neverlands at all. And to be honest, I just forgot it. Like, I forgot it existed. Next we have Lisa's solo debut, Try Again Next Year. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people liked it, but I really did not enjoy it at all. Like, I don't think I listened to it more than maybe twice. The only part I like is like the breakdown during La Lisa. I think that's it. The rest I just don't like at all. So next up we have Enhypen, and this is their one with Drunken Dazed and Fever, but I can't remember the name. What is it, like Border Carnival? Is that it? I think so. This is going in bop because they're both... Actually, I think I'm going to put this in next level tier because Fever literally could have been a title, but Drunken Dazed, the actual title, was equally as good. And I've heard some of the other B-sides and I did really enjoy them as well. So I feel like that's a good place to put that. Who would have thought I'd be putting men in, in next level tier? This is so unlike me. Okay, so next up we have First by Everglow, and I'm going to put this in... Where did I put Pirate? I put Pirate in pros and cons. So I feel like I'll put First in pros and cons as well. I feel like they're pretty much on par with each other. Then we have Talk and Talk. Next level tier. Fromis do not release bad songs. I've said it before and I will say it again. Next level tier. Then we have Bugaboo's debut. Again, next level tier. This was such a good debut. They're going to be such a strong group. I can already tell. Then we have Attica by 17. I'm going to put this in Not Your Best because it just wasn't their best. I didn't really like the title very much. It's catchy, but that's about it. Next we have The Feels by Twice, just the single, nothing else. Next level tier, methinks. It is so good. I actually love this song. I loved it on first listen and I still love it now, even though I've definitely overplayed it. So next up we have Soyeon's solo album, Windy. I'm putting this in Not Your Best because I know this is kind of controversial, but I did not enjoy it very much. The only thing that's keeping it out of Try Again Next Year is the whole concept and the fact that Beam Beam is kind of catchy, but I didn't really enjoy the other B-sides, I'm not gonna lie. Next up we have I Burn by Idol, and this is going to go in Bop. I would probably put it in pros and cons if we were just talking about the title, but the B-sides on this were absolutely amazing. Like Dahlia and Han Alone in Winter are so good, and all of the other ones as well. The only one I don't like is Where Is Love. Next we have Wrap Me in Plastic by Momoland, and I wanted to add this in here because I really miss Momoland and I want them to come back, but I'm putting it in Not Your Best because it was literally just a cover and it wasn't very special. It's kind of an annoying song. So next up we have Butter by BTS. I'm kind of torn whether to put this in pros and cons or Not Your Best. I feel like I'm going to get attacked either way. So I think... Okay, let me think about it. Do I ever go and listen to it? Not really. Do I still think it's cute? Yeah. So I'll put it in pros and cons. But Permission to Dance is definitely going in Not Your Best. Then we have Cherry Rush by Cherry Bullet. I think this was cute, but it didn't grow on me as well as I thought it would. It kind of got boring. So I think pros and cons is a good place to have that. The tiers are definitely filling up now. Okay, next we have Guess Who by Itzy. And I'm going to put this in next level tier because Mafia in the Morning was such a solid title track. I don't care what you say. It was such a solid title track. And the B-sides were amazing. I listened to the B-sides all the time from this album. They were so good. Okay, I'm gonna need to scroll down a bit to try and get the rest. So next we have Queendom by Red Velvet. I'm gonna put this in pros and cons, and I feel like y'all aren't gonna like that at all, but that's where it needs to be because it does have its pros and cons. A lot of the B-sides were really good, but Queendom just kind of fell flat. I never listened to it anymore. But yeah, pros and cons, that's a good place to have it. Next we have Loco, or what's the album called? Crazy in Love, that's what it's called. So I'm putting that in next level tier because it's amazing. Do I need to explain it? No, I don't. It was definitely one of their best title tracks to date, and some of the B-sides were kind of a miss, but the whole concept and their staging and the dance and everything together definitely deserves to go in next level tier. Then we have Temptation by Pixie, next level tier. This is so good. The title track, so good. Bewitched, so good. The other B-side, so good. There's literally nothing on this whole album that I don't like. So it deserves to be there, 100%. Next, we have a 9-Way Ticket by Fromis 9. Fromis 9 don't make bad songs. Do I even need to explain myself anymore? Next level tier. Then we have Sticker by NCT. Do I need to explain myself? If I need to explain myself, if you disagree, I think you need help. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be polite about it. Next up, we have Formula of Love. This is going straight in Bop. To be honest, I'd put it in pros and cons if we were just talking about the title track. But the B-sides are so good. Icon and Espresso and Moonlight. I listen to them all the time. They're so cute. Next up, we have Loona's mini album, and where should I put this? I think I'm going to put this in Bop. I don't think I'm going to put it in next level tier because some of the B-sides I honestly never listened to and I kind of forgot about. And I don't think Paint the Town is up there with Hula Hoop, so I feel like that's a good place to have it. Next up, we have Like It Hot by GWSN. Putting this in pros and cons. It was good, but it kind of got boring. Same with Door by Unbi. Really solid debut, but kind of got boring. Next, we have Dreams Come True by aespa. I know this was a cover, but I'm putting it in next level tier because I loved it when SES did it, and now I love it when aespa's doing it. Like, it's so good. I love how they put their own spin on it. And I listen to it all the time. So next we have Ordinary Heroes debut. I'm going to say Ordinary Heroes. I'm not saying Extraordinary Heroes. That's weird. So it's going there. I'm going to put this in Bop. This was such a solid debut and I love their concept. I love their styling. I love everything about it. So that's going there. Then we have Bravery by Pixie. This is going in pros and cons, I think, because yeah, I think this is a good place to have it because I didn't really like the title, but some of the B-sides were so good and their concept never misses. So next up we have Perfect World by Twice, and I'm going to put this in pros and cons as well because it was really good when it first came out and I listened to it a lot, but I haven't really listened to it a lot recently. It kind of fell off a bit for me. And finally, we have Would You Run by Tribe. This was so good. This was so good. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was very weird, very unique, but it worked so well, and I still listen to it a lot. I know it's kind of new, but still, I still listen to it a lot. So this is my ranking. You can definitely comment below if you can like think of any that I forgot. Likelihood is I won't know them if they're a boy group, but I'll probably know them if they're a girl group. But you can definitely still comment anyway. Make sure to leave your opinion as well. That's going to be all for this video. Make sure you subscribe to see my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, and Happy New Year.